Hello and welcome to day 3 of 16 days of activism with life support, a new survivor network which is going to be national and support survivors all over the UK. Life support is myself, the mad scientist Alice Smith. Do you like my mad scientist hair today? And Tina Makeda. And to launch life support, we're joining in with women all over the world for the 16 days of activism for the elimination of violence against women. And today it's day 3, it's my turn. And if you haven't seen Tina's yesterday from Gaslighting, check it out. And today I'm asking, why did you leave? So why did you leave? Why did you leave that last relationship? Why did you leave that last job? Why did you leave home? Why did you leave your boyfriend or girlfriend? Can you pin the reasons down? Not really. They're like birds. They fly away just like you did. Stages of release. Well, if we look back, and the 361 recovery program I'm developing for survivors helps us look back, we can see the signs and it's stages, it's a process. So we may think there was a final straw, and when I ask women, well, I try not to ask them actually, but when other people have asked women, why did you leave? They'll say things like, he hit my 15-year-old son, he kicked my dog. There's always these small things that weren't small, but they seem to tip, like a final straw. There could be a comment that went too far. For me, it was an empty fridge, an empty bank balance. In some ways, that final thing did push us to leave, but in other ways, the answers lie further back in our story. There are stages to leaving, and it's a process. Car crash. So why is it so important that we look back? Shouldn't we just get on with it and move on? This is a bit like being involved in a crash and breaking your leg and dragging your broken leg around to parties with you, so that people will either move away, baggage, run away, or they'll decide to try and fix you and jump on for a bit of fun. If we go for the quick fix with the broken leg, jumping into a relationship and not grieving it, we'll find ourselves back in the same place between 2 and 5 years' time. So it's worth pausing and getting help with that leg. The 361 recovery program has that in mind. So why did you leave? Well, it's really easy to blame the other person. I did after my first marriage, and I think we've all done it. And if this other person is a monster and a beast, then we can be Beauty. In fact, I think I've got Beauty on here somewhere. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. We can get sympathy as a victim from friends. We can hook up with other victims and have dangerous sex and wine on the sofa. It's a circle of behaviour that I've been in for 20 years off and on, and believe me, it works, but ultimately it begins to drain us. Watch this. If your conversation is all about the men and all about the horrible things they've done to you, the focus of your life is them. The focus wasn't on me for a reason. I didn't want to face my part in all of this. I'm not quite sure what the hair's doing now. I had a supporting role in my own life, and the abusers were the stars. I want to facepalm. But there is another way. Instead of finding a new one when you have left the last one, why not step out of that circle and find a different one? You. Why did you leave? I still haven't answered it. But the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that this is the question we need to ask ourselves, possibly over a long period of time. Within the answer is the key to our recovery, the seeds of our recovery. I've always been really intrigued by this question, and why do we make such big changes in one moment and then we have to live with them for the rest of our lives? I can vividly remember telling my dangerous husband I was leaving, and it had a film-like quality to it, like all big moments have. After that, what I feared came true. Years of losing it all from that one moment, and believe me, sometimes I ask myself, Alice, why on earth did you leave, you idiot, in that way? I had money, a huge house, high social status in a rich area, and a top job at a private school. So then I'd be able to say, Alice, why on earth did you leave, you idiot? It's only now 5 years on that I can begin to answer this question. So why? I was beginning to betray myself. I've since learned that abusers systematically work on you until you betray all of your core values. The 361 recovery program begins with an exercise where you discover and openly claim your core values. Do you know what they are? Kindness, family, faith, friendship, making money, trust, looking after the planet, hard work, education, travel. Whatever they are, the abuser you love will spend the first year carefully cataloguing them whilst pouring the wine for his own purpose. He then begins to create situations where you betray them. Then he reminds you of the betrayal in arguments. Believe me, once you've betrayed yourself, you are completely broken. How can you defend yourself? You've sold yourself out, and that's why you stay. So that's why I left, I think. Even now it's a bit more complicated. I hope you enjoyed this video and my mad hair. Life Support is going to be bringing out a lot of free content like this to you from myself and Tina. We've learnt these things the hard way over the years by losing things, by being in danger, and we've studied and we've done the work to make ourselves better. But we're hopefully going to be running conferences and getting your views and bringing this kind of thing out to you to tell you about self-betrayal and about leaving and about the emotions you have to work through. So I hope you enjoyed it, and here's me going to brush my hair.